I go, the doctor was kind of hot, I'm not gonna lie. She was like this beautiful doctor with a mini skirt with it, and she's like, she's a specialist, right? And like, we have to sit there and talk about my private part, bro.
Yeah.
Do you have this? Do you have that? Well, I'm like, no. She's like, does it work? I'm like, yeah. I said, but I just don't really have a desire to really do anything, you know? She's like,
No libido.
yeah. She's like, I'm gonna check your testosterone level. She checked everything. She's like, everything's fine. I'm like, this can't be like this. Where is this coming from then? Because the whole time I'm like, this can't be on my mind, right? She's like, at this point, sir, I'm gonna recommend you go see a psychiatrist. That was like devastating for me to hear this, right? I'm like, no, I know I'm not crazy. If this is all in my mind, that I'm gonna beat this thing. Maybe this is what a real depression is like, right? Again, bricks on the chest, anxiety through the roof, bro. Overwhelming anxiety, a fear of going outside, cloudiness of the mind, loss of sexual desire, fighting with those closest to me for no reason. Nothing's getting better. I'm praying, I'm trying everything. Nothing's working. I go to visit my childhood friend. She's like my spiritual mother. Genius woman. She had a very high position in the Department of Buildings in New York. I will not mention her name. I've known her since I was a child. She's of Egyptian descent. This woman is an amazing woman. She's a genius. She's such a beautiful human being that just when I think of her, sometimes I break down. She's done so much for me in my life. I go to see her, not for my problem, Danny. I go to see her because she had lost her brother and it was the holiday. So I go to pay respects to her. I didn't go there to tell her my problem. So I go see her and I'm like, Miss So-and-so, I'm so sorry you lost your brother and blah, blah, blah. And then she gets to asking me like, how are you doing? And when she asked me how I was doing, I couldn't hold it in, bro. I just start sobbing. I start crying. And I'm like, Miss, so-and-so, if I didn't believe in God and I didn't have children, I don't want to live no more. That's the way I felt. I just don't want to feel like this no more. Like, I'm sobbing. She's like, very calmly, what's wrong? What's wrong? What are you feeling? I'm like, this is what I'm feeling. I gave her all the symptoms I gave you, right? Everything I told you that I was feeling, I explained it to her. She goes, I know what's wrong with you. I go, you know what's wrong with me? I said, I just went to every doctor in the world. They're all telling me that I should go see a psychiatrist. I'm probably losing my mind. She goes, no, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions and then we'll see if that's what you have. I'm like, listen, you're one of the smartest people I know. I mean, she literally wrote like the entire construction code for the city. Like, she's a genius. And I've known her my whole life. And it's like one of the sweetest, like when you just see her, she has something that's known as like the light of God on her. Like, just, you meet these people. I've seen Christians like that. I've seen Jews like that. I've seen Muslims like that. People that are like connected to source. They're vibrating high, as they say. Just so calm and so peaceful, bro. Like, I yearn to be like them. I've only been like that a few times in my life where I've reached what I felt like a level of nirvana or an understanding of, but I was doing what I'm supposed to do, right? Not following my desires. She goes to me, are you public? She doesn't know about my public life. She only knows me as her son's friend. She doesn't follow Instagram and that.
Right.
She goes, are you public? I go, yes, I am public. Do you post on social media? Do you post your life, what you're eating, where you're traveling? I go, yes. She goes, do you ever think about the people that don't have what you have? I'm like, sometimes. I said, actually not sometimes. I said, a lot of times I feel bad. She's like, when you're posting, you're attracting the eye. She's like, you have the evil eye on you and you have all the symptoms of it. I go, so wait, Miss Amber. I said, but how can the evil eye be on me? I pray. I say, I worship God. I perform ablution. I baptize. I pray. I worship God. Am I not protected? She goes, anyone can be hit by the evil eye. Even the prophet was put under black magic and he had to get out of it, right? In the religion. A spell was cast on him. So these things exist in these faiths and people don't talk about it. It's like swept under the rug, like, oh, this is crazy stuff to talk about. I'm so desperate. I'm willing to do anything at this point, brother. The way I felt, I'm telling you, most people would have killed themselves. If I wasn't as strong-willed as I was, I probably wouldn't be here today. I finally understand why all these celebrities are dying, bro, and people that are influencers. And I meet women with millions of followers, bro, and they seem happy on their Instagram. Bro, they're suicidal in real life, bro. They talk about killing themselves every fucking day. She goes to me, this is real simple. You've been posting, people are seeing your posts. There's people out there that just don't like you, brother, or they want what you have. They don't do it to you on purpose. But it's a phenomenon of this world and this dimension, and this is what happens. She's like, all you got to do is go home, take a gallon of water. You can pull this up on YouTube. It's a scientific fact, by the way. Take the gallon of water, mention God's name, blow into the water, pray into the water, charge the water. Basically, make holy water. Go home, take this water, drink some of it, and then pour the rest over your body and ask God to cleanse you and protect you from the demonic realm. I'm like, Miss Hammer, at this, oh, sorry, strike her name, please.
Okay.
I'm like, Miss, at this point, I'm so desperate. I've tried everything else. This sorrow is destroying my life. I'll do it. I go home, I take the water, I say the prayers. Even as I'm making the water, I hear a voice in my own mind that sounds like it's my thought, but I know it's not me. Because they can do what? Telepathy. They can inspire thought. You think it's yours, it's not. They do inception in us, bro. And people listen to those thoughts. I don't know what took over me. It's that rage that comes out of nowhere. You listen to these thoughts because they inspire thought into our mind. And he goes, how are you wasting your time with that? I said, yo, these motherfuckers are real demons. I charge the water. I say the prayers. I make intention. Intention is very important. Nia, as they call it. Mm-hmm. I charge the water in the name of God. I ask for his protection, his help, his cleansing from the demonic realm, from Shaitan, Satan. I drink the water, I cleanse, I purify. All of a sudden, Danny, I swear to God, I shit you not. The cloudiness in my mind, instantly gone. I'm sharp. The bricks on my chest, the anxiety gone. Sexual drive through the roof. Everything back instantly. I said, what the fuck just happened to me? How do I explain this to people without them thinking I've lost my mind? I went to every doctor in the world, the same way Michael Jackson did, the same way Robin Williams did. They had the best therapist in the world, bro. They couldn't save them because what they were suffering from wasn't physical or mental. Yes, there's mental illness. Yes, there's physical illness. But there's also spiritual disease. And if you're trying to cure your soul with a physical remedy, it will not work. So a lot of these people that are dying, when you're that famous, there's no way the eye doesn't go on you. This is why so many celebrities do drugs to numb the pain. They take psychotropic drugs that are not working because if they work, they would become normal again. They can't. It's a spiritual disease. They're under demonic attack, which is what the evil eye is, to bring them to a point of such sorrow that they kill themselves because there's nothing more that that realm loves, that the evil ones of them, remember, they're not all evil, than a human being taking their own life. When a human being takes their own life, it's like telling the creator, this test is over. It's like if I gave you a math test for 1 hour, so you have an hour to complete geometry test. In the first 5 minutes, you could turn your paper over and say, I'm done. You fail. That's why suicide is you're basically telling the creator, I'm done with this mission you put me on. You're failing, unfortunately, from the sorrow of this world. The evil eye is real, brother. Now, people would say that's probably a placebo effect. There's more to the story. So now I'm normal all of a sudden. Everything goes back to, I just do a little ritual, bro. I pray to God. God directly, no one else. God. I cleanse and purify the water, and it all goes away. And everyone's like, yo, you seem like your old self again. And I'm like, how do I explain this to people without them thinking I'm crazy? Now I'm like, I got to study this. So I go in deep, start studying the evil eye. That's where the one quote came up. The prophet said, peace be upon him, half the people in this world die from the evil eye. I was like, that's a fucking lot of people, man. But we're so public now. These things are dangerous, man. It's creating such sorrow. Social media, and I'm guilty of it too, so forgive me. My followers, I know I post things like, but I do it to try to inspire people like, yo, you can do better. I was down and out. I've been through hell and back. Look, you can make your life amazing again. I don't do it to boast because I feel bad. But it seems like I'm boasting sometimes if I'm being real. All of this is going on. I'm like, holy cow, this is crazy. I go to visit one of my cousins, and I had gotten really distant from a lot of people in my family, and a lot of it was my fault at that time, bro. I was suffering, bro, in silence. I was so full of sorrow, bro. I was crying all the time, bro. There wasn't a day I didn't cry, bro.